Welcome to the third day of Heal Yourself with the Power of Consciousness. Let's take a moment of silence before we start the proceedings. Monica?
చూసుకుంటున్నారా ఎన్నాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు
ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్ స్పిరిచువల్ హీలింగ్ అని
Yeah, so thank you, James, and welcome everyone to the third day. So today we have with us Arul. Welcome, Arul. So I'll just introduce Arul with a few lines. So Arul is a coach and a facilitator working in the fields of leadership development and integral education and individual development. He aspires to be the fire that lights the depths of our human beings and collective organizations. His work is spread out through his books, into great depths of your being and the flame within, where he spreads out the teachings and words to leaders, teachers, students and parents and support their inner evolution. He is also a master certified leadership coach and founder of People First Consultants. So really look forward to your talk, Arul, today. Welcome you to the workshop. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mahalakshmi, yes, I guess there is something with the volume today. I was originally thinking it was mine, but I guess there is, in general, a lower volume. I'll try and speak as clearly and as loudly as possible. And if anything, what I'm saying is not clear, just put it on chat and I'll repeat.
Arul, you're muted. Arul, could you unmute yourself? I think you got muted.
Okay, super. Okay, let's begin. So I guess the volume is a little bit lower, both for me and Monica, so we'll figure it out. I'll speak in this manner a little louder, a little clearer, a little slower, and if anything that I'm saying is not clear, just put on chat and I'll repeat. This way of speaking, is it audible for you guys? Just one of you just put on chat.
Yes, it's okay, Harold.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So it's going to be a small exploration within our body, and I'm going to share what I've been learning, practicing, sharing with a few people in one-to-one and in groups. So it's like I'll speak less, and then we will do some experiments, and then we'll discover. Now, one of the things is you have many people coming in over this week and next week. So allow the different practices to touch you. It's not so much about the method. It's not so much about the technique. There are hardly 1 or 2 steps overall in spiritual healing. So whatever touches you, you could pick from that. Okay. So the first thing which we will experiment is going within the body or being within the body. Now, how do we select where do we want to work on? So sometimes we use pain as an indicator or a discomfort as an indicator. There's a irritation in the throat. There's a pain in the tummy or whatsoever. If you have an illness, then it is obvious you're working there. Else, wherever there is a pain or a discomfort, you bring your awareness there. But let's humbly understand that that location where you're working may or may not be the source. It could be coming from a different part of the body, which is why though we work on one part for a problem, we also work overall across the different parts of our body so that we detect if it is coming from elsewhere, that we can also work in that space. But for now, we'll keep it simple. I want you to select one area of your body that we will spend the next 50 minutes working upon. Just one, because we have less time. Just pick one. And it could be the throat, it could be the knee, it could be a particular part. And now what we will do for 3 or 4 minutes is to learn to be within that region. Say for example, I have chosen my knee to work upon. So I'm going to place my awareness there inside and I'm going to be there. A couple of small pointers. I have seen in myself that when I go within a part of the body, there is a urgency that I have felt in me, like I want to be healed. I want this pain to go away. Personally for me, I have seen that urgency as a handicap. It comes in the way of healing is what I have seen. So we learn to be inside. In my humble opinion, there are 2 parts of healing. One, we go within and some pain, some irritation, some illness which is there goes away. We become free. Most of the time we take that as the intent for healing. But in my understanding, there is another step also. What is going to fill in that place? What is going to come in there? What is going to reside there? This is very important. I'll tell you why. There are many a time I have healed something in myself, and then after a period of time, it will come back again. It will come back again. And then I realize I kept the intent for something to go away, but I have not waited sufficiently in that region for something to come in and live there. That something can be light, love, force, it can be divine, or like yesterday what we did, we can connect to nature and allow that quality of vastness to come in. It can be anything, okay? So 2 things. It's not enough for something to go away, so there is no need to hurry up. Okay, I have to get healed, I have to get healed. Rather, let's learn to be inside that part and over a period of time, see what comes and resides there. This is very important. One thing to keep in mind. The second thing to keep in mind is the mind always is very anxious. It wants to come and participate in the healing process. It wants to know what is going on, etc., etc., etc. This is one of the biggest problems because the mind is looking at it, commenting, checking, calibrating. To some extent, it is good. One of my source books for healing is Mother's Agenda. So much of treasure houses is there inside it. So one of the main things I've understood is, if the body is left free without the interference of the mind and the vital, by and large, it becomes free easily. So just keep these two things in the mind. We're not hurrying for something to go. We are waiting for something to live there permanently over a period of time. 2, it's not the mind that is going to do the healing. It's something else. So with that, let's begin with the first step. Locate a part of your body. I would also suggest that you use your hand if you wish. The hand in general has a natural capacity to heal, a capacity to sense. So if this is the part of the body, you can close your eyes for 4 minutes. Place the hand there and just be within, be within, be within. You will notice what is inside there through any of your inner senses. You will see something, hear something, smell something, sometimes taste. Whatever you're sensing inside, just be there, be there, be there is the first step. When your mind gets distracted, go back within the body. Is there any question on the step? Put it on chat or we can begin. Any question on the step? Okay, we'll begin 4 minutes, go into one part of the body and be there. So, okay, I did it a little shorter than 4 minutes. So that is the first step. Now we'll add some nuances. We'll be working just on one part. If you wish, you can shift, but in general, we'll go with one part. So you're inside. Okay. Now, how are we present inside? Let us reflect a little bit on that. So one of the clues I've picked up from others' writing in the agenda is to endure with indifference and with equality. Endure. Before we come to healing, before we come to getting free and all that, we look at some of the basic steps. Endure, which means be there. Endure with an indifference, which means whether it is sharp pain, less pain, whether it is there for a day or 10 years, endure equally to both the pluses and the minus in that region. So this is important when we look at the body and the healing and the divine. One thing I've understood is the purpose of healing is not just that the body becomes free and well. The purpose of healing is also that the body participates in the evolution, in the connection with the divine. And across the writings, my humble understanding has been is that the body in general has a great capacity to endure, handle itself. It is only the vital, which means the frustration, the disappointment, or the mind which compares current and past, etc., that causes confusion. So we are now trying to touch the body. We're trying to touch the substance of the body. So the first basic step is to endure, which means let's not hurry the healing also. Let's not quickly be there and say, oh, all should be well. So we'll do the same step again with a couple of additions. One, we are inside and we are just enduring. However, without accepting the limitation. So one sentence that I'm going to pick, and this is verbatim from Mother's words, is it, which means she's referring to the cells of the body. It is open always to the light and turns one's back to the darkness or the illness or the falsehood in that sense of it. This is a very important thing because later on we will also see how to look at memory. There are very clear guidances given saying that we need to learn to completely be free from the memory, from the mind, from the vital, and even in the body. So one of the things we will do is, you're inside that body part, you're enduring, which means you're present, but instead of facing the limitation, instead of facing the illness, just we are inside, but learn to turn your awareness upward. We are going to teach the body part itself to turn its awareness upwards. I'll do it a couple of times. You don't have to worry if it is not coming. So two things, go inside the body part. We'll do for 2 or 3 minutes. Stay there. And then after a while, I'll say, stay there, but instead of facing the pain, be there, but face upwards. Okay? We'll test it and then we will. If there's anything unclear, put it on chat. Anything unclear? Okay. We'll begin. Place your hand on the same part. We are more interested in the sensations. We are more interested in the vibration. We are more interested in the substance and the matter itself of that body part. Okay, Saurav, I'll explain and then we will see on that. Okay, so go within, place your hand and go inside that body part with your awareness and just be there with a very calm attitude of indifference and endurance. The endurance almost means it's up to you, O Mother, it's up to you, O Divine. If you want me to go through this, so be it. If you want me to be free from this, so be it. That is the poise of endurance. If you want me to go through this pain, so be it. If you want me to be free from this, so be it. Be in that poise of endurance. And now, being there, your awareness is inside the body. Looking up means you're looking up to the divine above. The cave of the heart wheel you can also access, or the divine above. So it's like looking up means instead of the part that's just looping into itself, you are now within the part, you are the part. You just teach the part to face the divine. So you're inside, but you're facing the divine. With that attitude, it's up to you. I'm here, it's up to you. Like that for 2 minutes. And then slowly let go, but your hand can be there, your awareness can be there. You can open your eyes or be like that, continue. Anything anybody wants to check? You can just put it on chat. So far we are learning. Oh, sorry, yeah. Thanks, Nalini. because I'm going inside, my voice goes down. So yes, I will speak louder. Thank you, Nalini. I'll do that. So we are learning to be inside. We are learning to endure, which means we are saying it's up to you. And then, instead of looping up, see, most of the time the body loops up like this into the pain, into the problem. It faces the difficulty. The memory also latches on to that. Instead of that, we are training the body. Because the thing is, once the cells get that taste of a practice or a touch, then it will do on its own. We are just training the body. And we're also remembering, it's not about just something going away. Pain going away or illness going away is not the only thing about healing, from what I understand. What is coming in to reside there? That is also equally or more important. Okay? So far no questions, I guess. We move forward. The same thing now, we look at it from an angle of aspiration. From an angle of aspiration. One of the things I have learned from the writings is, can we forget our illness? Can we forget our illness? Can we drop our memories? It's quite difficult even to do it at a thought level. It's even more difficult to do it at the body level, maybe. But can we take baby steps on that? So now, I'm going to do 4 steps now. Let me know if there is a doubt. Okay, or rather before I do the 4 steps, we will do another base point and then I'll go to the 4 steps, okay? The base point now, which many would be familiar, but we will just do for 2 minutes. Place your hand on the same place of the body. Keep your awareness within in an endure attitude, facing above at the divine, and then be with your breath. Be with your breath. Be with your breath for 2 minutes. And watch very carefully at the inner senses level. Is there a felt experience of breath filling up that place or anything else that comes? So to whatever we have done so far, let's add breath, natural breath. Just leave your breath as it is and just focus with your awareness there, with your breath, and see if the region is being filled by your own breath. Okay, we'll do it for 2 minutes. Continue for another minute, but try and go into the minute regions of that place, the small cells from the surface to the innermost region, front, back, left, right, surface, inside. Drop your awareness, and see if the breath is touching those tiny regions also. Okay. Okay, you can just be in the same poise if you wish. If you wish to open your eyes, you can do that. Okay, now we're going to do the 4 steps it doesn't matter if we understand or not, do consider it as a tiny experiment. So we're now moving to the aspiration. One of the problems of the body is the aspect of self-referencing. It references to itself. Perhaps it's the mind, doing that part. And the second thing, getting some hints from mother's writings, we need to learn to forget the memory, the past, and the illness. So here, the first step is we'll be there, and then we will connect to vastness. Now do this in any which way you wish. Yesterday, to some extent, when you Monica, let's do the practice and check on what you're sharing. I'm sharing a tiny experiment. Let's see how it comes. So connect to vastness. Yesterday we looked at connecting with nature. Nature has the quality of vastness. Or those who are exploring integral yoga, even to a tiny extent, there is a vastness above the head. So connect to vastness. So it's like exactly what we were practicing yesterday. You're within the body, so you're connecting to two things at the same time. Like that, we are within the body and also connect to vastness and hold both together. That will be the first thing. Then I'm going to say something which nobody will understand, so be it, but we will attempt. Connect to the delight beyond the vastness. The clue I got from Savitri. Okay, there is a description, but in our own simple way, either above or beyond the vastness, you don't have to imagine anything. The moment when we do the practice and I say connect to the delight beyond, just place your awareness into something inside that leads you to that connection with delight. That's the divine delight. Okay. This is important because vastness alone is not sufficient. It has emptiness, it has nothingness. Delight is the seed. So we will just at least aspire for that. Second step. Third step, we'll be in the body part and connect to its memory, history, geography, whatsoever is the past. We will just connect to that. Third step. Fourth step, we shall connect to the future possibility of the body. We all have been reading that Mother Sri Aurobindo, many others have worked on the transformation of the body. They accomplished quite a bit and they are still working. That's what I refer as the future possibility of the divine body. Since they are working, at least 0.01%, at least 1% of that imprint will be there within our body somewhere. So intuitively from that part, we will connect to the future possibility and I'll guide you there. Okay, this is all we are doing. Your mind may ask many questions. Let's not answer it. We'll just enter into this practice for 5 minutes. Allow whatever comes to come. Okay. If there's a major doubt, put it on chat or we'll begin. Okay. All right. Close your eyes. Place your hand on the same part, or if a different part is calling you and you want to honor it, go there. Be within that body part with endurance. But instead of looking at the pain or the illness alone, face upward. and connect to vastness, either above or around for a minute. Being within the body part, also connect to vastness. If you have shifted to the mind, go back to the body. It is not the mind that we are trying to connect. We are trying to support the body to connect. So be in the body and connect to vastness. Now, place your awareness beyond, above. Just hear what I say. Don't process with your mind. Whatever you hear, just watch what occurs. Connect to the divine delight above the vastness or beyond the vastness. Connect to the divine delight. Be inside the body. Don't forget that. Be inside the body. And from there, connect to the divine delight beyond. As you are within the body and connecting to the delight, if any of your minds are chattering or passing comments, you can put a simple chant into the mind so that the mind keeps repeating the chant. It could be as simple as Om, silently within the mind. So the mind does that, but you are within the body and connecting to the delight. Now come back to that body part. You're retaining connection with the delight. Come back to the body part and look at its path at a sensorial level, at a physical level, at a vibrational level. Just look at the memory or the history of that path. All other layers can sit on it, like some images, some thoughts, that's all fine, so that we maintain the link. But you are at the body, senses, sensations, and for a minute, be with the memory, be with the past. Now try and do something subtle. Staying inside the body, instead of facing the past, turn the direction inside the body. Your awareness is inside. Turn the direction so that the body looks into the future. Into the future of not only itself, but the evolution of bodies, the promise of Mother, the promise of Sri Aurobindo, the future luminosity of the body. It can happen many hundreds or thousands of years later, that's fine. Just point in that direction and be connected to the delight, be within the body. Point towards the future luminosity of the body, of humanity, of the divine human. For another minute, be within the body, connect to the delight, and connect to the future possibility. And allow that to touch the body in whatever way, and be with the breath, be with the breath there. And then slowly let go. You can continue to keep your hand if you wish. You can open your eyes if you wish. We will do one last practice, but before that, is there anything anybody wants to check? Any doubt? Put it on chat. Okay, we go for the last practice. Again, we could take very, very basic steps, but let's walk in the path of union. So one of the things that the essence of illness I have seen or experienced or read about is when something is stuck, there is an illness, and when something flows, you get back well. So for that we have seen, we are inside, we are present, there is natural breath, we are connecting to vastness, delight, so those all will slowly come in, there will be flow. Now we look at the other aspect of healing from a limited or rather identified with the self to union, more and more walking the path of union with the divine. So here I'm taking an exact phrase from Mother's agenda. She says, instead of using I, so for example, the body wants to be well. There is a self-reference there. I want to become free. I want to be well. All this has self-reference. Mother says, instead of I, that she uses you. And she gives one phrase I have picked. Lord, this is you. This means the body. Lord, this is you. Lord, we are you, the cells of the body. You are here. So this is what is the prayer, and I think many of us know that Mother was doing a 24/7 practice in the body. We are in LKG here, but still, let's take one step closer. So now we will do a very simple practice. Go within the same part. Endure, be present. Widen with vastness. Connect to the delight, etc. So you'll be in that poise. And then we will get into the poise of adoration. Mother was teaching her cells of her body to adore the divine. Again and again and again. And later on we will read the cells were doing it themselves. So this is what we are going to do. The practice is going to be this. This is a practice I'm doing. I'm just sharing with you. The delight there is love here. Okay. So we will just use, so being inside the body, present there, but not facing the pain, facing the divine mother or the divine Lord, or however you want to wish, or the vastness, either in the cave or above. We will get into a prayer, something like this. I'll say, you don't have to remember. Oh, Divine Mother. I'm going to use Mother. You kindly replace it with whatever you like. Oh, Divine Mother of love, manifest your love here, in that part of the body. You're inside that part of the body and you're praying silently. Oh, Divine Mother of love, manifest your love here. We are you. So like that, we'll do it a few times and explore. Later on, I'm doing another course, thanks to James, in September. There we will explore light, force, power, harmony and substance in a more deeper manner. But for now, we will stick with this prayer, okay? So kindly close your eyes. Place your hand, we'll do this for 4 minutes. Place your hand in the same or another part of the body. Drop into that part as deep and as total as possible in a gentle, humble way, and be with your breath. Now you're within the path, but instead of facing the darkness or the past, you turn towards the divine delight or the divine above with this prayer. I'll say the prayer a few times with a lot of gaps. You just be with the prayer and let's see what occurs. You're in that part and the part is going to do this prayer. O Divine Mother of Delight, manifest your delight here. We are you. Being within the same path, facing above. O Divine Mother of Love, manifest your love here. We are you. Being within the same path, within the body, O Divine Mother of Delight, manifest your delight here. We are you. And O Divine Mother of Love, manifest your love here. We are you. And just remain silent there. And with your whole body, just be quiet for a minute. And then slowly let go and come back to your normal state and open your eyes. I have just shared some of the things that I'm experimenting. Trust it helps. Any doubts, any questions, let me know. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, Saurav. Sure. Yeah, sure. Just leave it open. Just leave it open. So we are. So vastness is good enough. Vastness is fantastic. Delight is the source, is the seed. So it just connect, and in whatever way you connect, as the promise has been, we take one step forward. The ultimate takes many steps forward. So totally okay. Correct. Perfectly, yes. Yeah. Yes, Nalini. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Arul. So can I take one question from here on the chat?
Yes, please. Yeah.
There is a question from Harsharanji. Thanks, sir, for reminding where true peace lies within us. My question is, when one is in extreme pain and cannot concentrate or close eyes and look within, what should the person do in such moments?
I'll share what I have done in such situations. I use my hand, but sometimes it's not enough. So I request often somebody else, like my wife or somebody else whom I'm in the presence at that point of time, to place their hand, in a very neutral way, and just be with me there. Just be with me there. I can tell you, once I experienced an excruciating pain on my tooth, and no matter what I did, I was literally struggling. I just requested my wife, if you don't mind, just keep your hand there. Somehow, together, both of us, her hand was there, and together, both of us, I came to a point where I was in a more manageable position. So this is how, in a very practical way, I draw support from others.
Yeah, thank you so much, Arul, for a wonderful session. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for participating.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.
Namaste.
Yes, hello everyone. My internet connection went at the last minute, so I think we better close the meeting. Arul's no longer here, Monica's no longer here, so we'll close the meeting. Sorry, my internet connection went in the last 5 minutes.